Hey guys, it's Jess Paul, and I want to give you a bonus video this week that's very related to the art and Etsy category video that I just uploaded. As I was looking through my old papers, my old sketches, my old drawings, I found something even more ancient than my high school stuff. It wasn't really that long ago, was it? Yeah, it really was. So something about me that you might not know that I'm trying to get a grasp on, I'm trying to better myself about, is that I've pretty much been a hoarder my entire life. Literally for a large portion of my 20s, I've become very conservative minded as far as keeping things or getting rid of things. I just want to purge myself of things that I don't even really pay attention to. So I have about 15 binders that look exactly like this, but I have to admit this is the resolution of the hoard, because basically ever since I was in preschool, my mom would save all of my papers, all of my drawings, all of my tests, all of my essays, and throughout like the last few years I've gone through it all, and the 15 binders are actually the things that I think are important. So we're still trying, we're still getting better. But yeah, as you see, this is 2nd through 5th grade. I can't even believe I organized this to the degree I did. It's not even very perfect. This is the lyrics to Blue Moon, which my mom wanted me to learn how to sing when I was little, and I did. If I didn't explain enough in, like, the last video, I drew as a child, you know, basically just like every child does. You know, you draw things, you put them on the refrigerator, or you have them hung up in your classroom, you make things, and just something that my parents always did when I was little was continuing to encourage me. I don't necessarily know if I had any kind of special talents that was visible at that age, which makes me think, like, you know, like, by looking at this stuff, like, kind of imagine where you were at that time and understand that anybody can improve. But I did actually have a passion for art, you know, besides just being the average kid that draws. I really loved it. We had a jar full of crayons, like so many colors, and I would always be doing it throughout my entire childhood. To the degree that when I was in my elementary school, I started this very unofficial art club. And what my idea of an art club was at that age was basically, oh, this is a good example. I would draw things in order to teach the other kids in the art club what something would look like, and they could copy it and then learn how to draw. So they were learning how to draw from mediocre drawings that another kid in class did. Yeah. It's great. This is what a baseball looks like. This is what Hey Arnold looks like. Man, I don't even think I drew some of these because they're even worse than what I consider myself to be. So they must have been from my students. Funny enough, I did continue to be the president of my high school art club and my college art league. So I really never lost that authority. I drew this when I was 9, and weirdly enough, I actually do have the memory of my grandma, the one that's the artist. She saw this, and this is the day, I believe, if I'm not mixing it up, that she taught me to hold things into a mirror in order to see them with new eyes, with a new perspective. So cool. But the coolest, and this is the folder, by the way. It's not quite Lisa Frank. I actually think it's cooler. I love these folders. The artist is Vista 96? Is that what that says? But the coolest items in this folder actually are this little collection here. So I loved to create monsters, apparently. This is definitely mine. Some of these are really gruesome, some of them aren't, but I try to be just very creative with, like, my own characters of monsters. Like the Invasion of the Geeks. None of that's spelled right. Not much has changed, really, with that. Almost normal. I think I spelled that wrong on purpose. Maybe. Frankenstein's little sister. And yeah, I mean, a lot of it did come from movies that I saw or cliches that I knew just from general movies. Oh, skeleton. Like, I've never known how to spell things. But I guess what's really funny about this collection is that when I went to college, you know, I learned all the skills that I did. I adopted my own style. One of the most prevalent projects I did was a monster coloring book. And it had pieces in it that were very similar to kind of this idea. Here, I wonder if I have a copy around here somewhere. What? There's so many things in this room! But yeah, this is my monster coloring book, Blank Monsters, and I used to sell this. It's just out of print right now just because I didn't make more, but yeah. This was always what I was just, like, interested in. I think that you can see a resemblance. But it's just what I always continued to do. And I got better at it. Like, you can see these guys are a lot more detailed, kind of like cleaner lines, but it's still me. And you can literally take your passions and just grow them, expand them, just grow up with them. I will always encourage everybody to keep practicing at literally anything you do. I mean, this episode, this week was about art and drawing, specifically illustrating, but you can be and do whatever you want if you just spend enough time on it. But I'll talk to you guys throughout the week, and I will be seeing you with my face next week. So, have a good one.